This year I had to think more about it than I have in the past. You know, like life is very busy. Work is busy, family is busy, town is a huge commitment that the work that we do on town council. I'm coaching many of my kids' sports. It's like nonstop.
Which is time consuming, I know
It's extremely
firsthand.
time consuming. On Monday mornings, I usually need another day off after the weekend, honestly. So I really had to think hard about it, talk a lot with my wife about this, and we decided that I am going to run one more time for town council. Can't promise any further runs in the future. It's a huge commitment. I think every time you do it, you have to really think long and hard about it and make sure there's things that you want to accomplish and that you can actually do it and get things done. And I still have some things we need to get done around here. So see how it goes.
One of the things both Justin and John have in common is the fact that you are involved in youth sports with your children. I'll ask you the same question. Will we see your name on the ballot?
Very much the same answer. Yes, you will. I was happy to pull papers, happy to run again, but it took me a long time to come to that decision this time. It really is a lot of work which we put into town council. I think all of us, not just Justin and I, but all the councilors put in a lot of work, subcommittees, getting prepared for the meetings so we can use our time wisely. I'm starting to wind down all of my coaching duties. I am still involved with North Attleboro Travel Softball, the Red Hawks, but in a non-coaching role. I have an 18-year-old daughter who is in her senior year, and then I have a 15-year-old son who is a sophomore at Tri-County. So wanted to make sure that I have enough time to spend with them before they go off to college, but we have a lot to do left in town, and we have really got off to a good start with our town manager, and I very much look forward to working with him moving forward.
Let me ask you this. Do you think the average resident realizes just how much time not only you two, but the entire council and all boards, committees, and commissions in town put in as volunteers? Do you think they really appreciate just how many man hours that is?
That's a good question. I think some people do. I think the people that watch North TV probably do, right? The folks that are in tune with what's happening. I think your everyday person probably doesn't. I think it's interesting. I'll get emails from people when something goes wrong around town. Maybe it was the water or the PFAS, and they're like, "Oh, this is great. I'm glad to hear this." I'm like, listen, I don't work for the DPW, or people will be complaining about traffic on their street. It's good. We need to listen to them, and we will direct them to the person that can help them, and we'll try to make change where we can, right? But we're not day to day putting signs in on the streets and filling in potholes, and we're not responsible for every detail of the town government.
About potholes.
People, yeah, I saw your post. I saw your article today in the Sun Chronicle. So. But that's the sort of thing is I don't think people realize exactly what our scope is even. And I'll tell you, it is a lot of work. I mean, particularly as the president, particularly as the chairman of the finance committee, as I know in the past as well. I was in that role that John is in now. It's an inordinate amount of planning just to make sure everyone can attend the meetings and you get the right stuff on the agendas and the right speakers are there. And the research that you have to do, because these decisions are huge for our town. They're really important. And it's a ton of work. And, I don't think that people necessarily appreciate that, except for those who really are paying attention. I think they do know, and I know this is a long-winded answer, but I do always appreciate it when folks will kind of reach out to me and say, "Hey, I saw this meeting. I saw what you guys did on this topic. Thank you." Like that sort of stuff goes a long way, because it is a volunteer role. We're not paid anything, and right to have that sort of recognition is definitely kind of helps keep us going, I think.
And we should note that many of the issues, PFAS being one of them, are not unique to North Attleboro. It's not something North Attleboro has done wrong or is doing wrong. Everyone is in the same boat. John, it's easy to criticize from the sidelines, isn't it?
Very, very. I think anyone who has ever coached youth sports knows that. But I don't mind it as much. I kind of expect it. The reason I do what I do is to try to help as many people as I can, and out of purely selfish reasons. I want to live in a great town. So I want to be in a position to help guide the town going forward. I will say that I have had quite a few people recently just come up to me in public saying, I see you on North TV. Thank you for what you're doing. You're doing a good job. That does mean a lot. I could get 20 complaints, but that one thank you means a lot.